Yo, what's up YouTube? It's MKDeluxe back with another video. It's been a long time, but today I'll be showing off my 5th place Generaider deck, Generaider Invoked DPE deck, and I played this deck at a Grand Creators Win the Box tournament yesterday, and like I just said, I got 5th. It was 32 player events. That's just because of like the local restrictions, but if the event could be bigger, I'm sure more people would show up. So let's get right into the profile. So first things first, you play 3 Lopter. This is pretty standard Generaider ratios. You always want to see this guy because he's a starter. And he can get the level 9s out the deck, but first turn you're really just getting out Mardell and using that to search stage and setting up. So then onto our generators, we're playing 2 Hars, and this is the only one you want to play 2 of, just because he's an Omni Negate and a Hand Rip. That's pretty much it. And then you don't really want to open the big guys, so that's why you don't play more. Next up, you play 1 Ugarda. He's a trippy 2 to banish one. Pretty solid. Play 1 Mardell, searches the stage, and you play the 1 Hela. And you don't really want to play any more generators, just because they kind of brick like your hands. Sometimes you really don't want to see that. So yeah. And then next up, we're playing 3 Alistair, pretty standard and invoked. Not much more to say about it. And then the next package we have, before we move on to the hand traps here, is the 1 Dasher and the 1 Celestial. We are playing the, what's it called, DPE package, so you do want to have these guys. And I mean, Dasher is really good in this deck because if you end up drawing one of your level 9 generators, he is a free special summon. So that's why I prefer him over something like Plasma or really any other name. But if that's all you have access to, or if you don't have access to him and you have access to any other Destiny hero, just play that instead. He's not really necessary. I just have it, so that's why I'm playing it. And then moving on to the hand traps, we played 3 Ash. This is pretty standard, it's just good against everything. Not much more to be said there. And 2 Veiler, and I'd probably play this at 3 if I had the extra one, but I only have 2 right now, unfortunately. Not much more to say about it. It's really good against everything right now, especially like Sword Soul, PK, Tri-Brigade. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 Boss Stage, pretty standard. You always want to see this card. This is your main way to get your generators. Yeah. You play 3 Meltdown. Again, you always want to play this at 3. You have 3, it's like 6 Alistairs basically. Yeah, and then you're always going to play that at 3 unless it goes down, or gets hit. 2 Invocation, this is again pretty standard. Not much more to be said. You don't really want to see the 3rd one, so that's why you only play 2. The next up, we got 3 Fusion Destiny, and obviously this just got hits, so I mean you could really swap the 3rd one for anything. It's not really that big of a hit anyways. Yeah, you're just gonna hard open the package less, I guess. Next up we play 3 Crossout, and this is really good for stopping the Ash on your stage. If anything, you could probably take out the 3rd Crossout, or the 3rd Fusion Destiny for like a Ghost Ogre or something like that. Just because that is starting to gain a bit more popularity this format, and it does hit your stage, and it's a good Crossout target because you don't want to get your stage popped. Otherwise the effect won't resolve. Next up we play 2 Prosperity. I'd play the 3rd one if I had it, but again this is just one of the situations where it's a bit expensive. This could be really any other pot. And if you have 3, you could probably take out the 3rd Fusion Destiny for the 3rd pot. Just really whatever, it's like a flex spot. And then pretty standard 1 Terraforming. You're playing a field spell deck, so you want to search your field spells. And then we play 3 Imperm. It's the same thing with the other hand traps. It's good against all the meta decks right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you play the 1 Punishment and the 1 Boss Fight. And before, in a lot of the other generator decks I was like playing, I'd always play Boss Fight at 3. But I realized you only really need the 1. Well, first because you have a lot of access to it with like 3 Lopter, 3 Stage, the Terraforming, etc. But also, like, this card's kind of bad, because, like, even though it's really good because it activates your stage, you're giving your opponent a draw. And, I mean, I know I've been punished really hard by giving my opponent an extra draw, even if I do get a free guy, so yeah. In my opinion, it's only 1 of, but if you want to play 3, or 2, or whatever, just go for it. Next up, into the extra deck, we got the 2 Mechaba. Again, this is pretty standard for invoked variants. Not much more to be said here. The 1 Agoides, this card's really good. It's a free pop on summon, and it's a way to get over big guys. Yep. The One Perga Trio. It's a good card right now. You could use your Lopters for it if you don't want to play the Almirage Secure Guide package, but we're playing that. And then yeah, it's pretty solid. It gets big and you can clear all your guys, or your opponent's guys. Next up we play the one Almirage and the one Secure Guide Nut, and we're also playing the one Artemis. Yeah, I just like to play all three of these guys, just because like sometimes you already use this package, or sometimes you're going to banish these off Prosperity and you just don't have that extra light. So that's why Artemis is really good here, but if you don't have access to Artemis, because I know this card's kind of expensive, I think it's like $25 or something like that, you can just play these two instead, since they're pretty much, well, I know Almirage is a bit expensive, but these guys are really cheap anyways, so yeah. Next up we play the one Verte, one DPE. This card's super broken, and while it's a thing, you really want to play it, so this card's won me a lot of games just by itself. And then we play the one Hulk, one Celine, and the one Access Code. And these are really just like kind of flex spots. I just prefer this package just because if you normal summon like a Veiler or a Ash, you have a free tuner to make the Hulk. Hulk brings out a Veiler. Use the Hulk and the Veiler for Celine. Use that to link off into Access Code for 53. It's just a good way to push for game. And it's a good board wipe because you get two different attributes, so you're getting two pops. And then these are our punishment targets. We play the one Fair Jeep for the draw one and put one back. So sometimes you can unbreak your hands and get you a starter. And then the one Entis. And since I was only playing the one punishment, I didn't really see these guys too much. So again, these are flex spots. You can really play whatever you want here. And sometimes I would banish like these guys off Prosperity. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the last card we play is the one is Slicer, and this is just a level 9 XYZ, where you can detach a material, as many materials as you want, and then pop that many cards on the field. And he's also kind of nice because if he destroys a monster by battle, he can attach it to himself as a material. So he's always a way to have pops. And then onto the side deck. This is really up to you what you want to play in the side deck, but I was just playing what's good for my area, and I recommend you guys do the same. I was playing 3 Lancia because a lot of people in my locals are playing Tri-Brigade or Phantom Knights or Virtual World even. This is a card that stops all of these, and it actually came up clutch in one of my matches. I was playing Dinosaurs, and the guy was unable to combo off just because I had a Lancia. Next up we play the 3 Droll. This card's cracked this format. Not much more to be said about it. It hits everything, so it's really nice. 3 Nib, same here. The only reason I don't really main this is because my locals also has like a lot of striker players and some back row players. But if you're going to like a bigger event or something like that, I'd probably definitely main the 3 Nibs. And then we just play 3 Twin Twisters. I prefer this over Cosmic just because it gets you a discard. So sometimes you can pitch your like bosses that you have in hand that you don't have access to, and they can bring out a Hell off the stage to special them back, where they'd just be dead in hand otherwise. And then you have the 3 Evenly Matched, and this card's kind of cracked this format just because a lot of people aren't putting up spell and trap negates, so you can clear boards like super easy. This could be something like Solemn Judgment if you want to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any suggestions or if you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed the profile. Thank you.